What's up, everybody? I'm ZWade, the ZWade, and ZWade Photo. And as promised, here we are, about an hour later, to look at some 85mm f1.8s images. Now, the last time I tried to do this, I did this with the Z5 and it ran like 20 minutes. I do not want to do that again, so I've just gone and I've picked out a few images. These are unedited, and then we'll look at some edited images because... one, I'm kind of proud at how they turned out considering how bad the lighting was. And two, just to kind of show you, what these things will do. Anyway, I'm rambling, so let's go ahead and get into it. I mean, just really, really sharp. And you can see that the tonal range is good. The more I look at these images, the more I kind of drift back to my original impression that it's just a really sharp lens and it doesn't have like a ton of character, but sometimes it just like sneaks it in. But like on average, it's just kind of it doesn't just ooze sexiness like some other 85s. But anyway, this is just, I mean, nasty sharp. It's just amazingly sharp. I mean, really, really ridiculously sharp. Awesome. Let's give this a little play around. Vignetting, post-crop vignetting. I mean, that's a bomb image. It looks good. It's insanely sharp. It's just not. It just doesn't ooze sexiness. That's all. That's all. Again, this looks great. We're gonna not crop this one though, and it's not perfect with the other one. I mean, just look at that. It looks really good. I wonder how it looks in black and white. Yeah. I mean, this looks really good. Just look how like sharp it is. This looks really good. It needs some love. I mean, all the Z lenses need some love. The 51-2 has the most character of any of them, but they all need a little bit of love because they're not like the low element count lenses of yesteryear. Again, I'm rambling. I mean, look at the cracks in the paint. Really, really, really sharp. Very slow, though. If you haven't watched the original video that came out about an hour ago, then you should watch that because that will allow you to hear me talk about... some of the other things. Sorry, I'm trying to edit. I don't even remember where I was. It's okay. Just look at the images. Don't listen to me. This looks, it's not overly poppy, but there's a nice range of tones. This is incredibly damn sharp. Let's look at this before we start doing clarity. This might look cool in black and white. Yeah, lots of detail. It does not look particularly good in black and white. That's okay. Maybe if we crush some blacks. No, it's not a particularly great black and white image. That's okay. We'll move on from this one. This is how I've been testing out tonal range here lately. Looks okay. It's fairly silvery. I'm not particularly impressed with this lens in black and white, which would be an absolute killer for me because I do as much black and white portraits as I do color portraits. And again, if you watch the first video, I explained that this thing is kind of obnoxiously a portrait lens. It's as if Nikon said, let's make an 85mm portrait lens, not an 85mm lens. Hey, why don't we crop this into rule of thirds? That'll be fun. Makes it a bad composition. That's okay. Wickedly sharp, though. But it is wickedly slow. It is obnoxiously a portrait lens. It's about all it's good for, in my opinion. Insanely sharp. This thing has potential to be offensively sharp to a portrait customer. This needs some help in the highlights. It's a little bright in the background for me. We'll fix that with some vignette. I'm a whore for vignette. I love vignette. This lens has no vignetting, by the way. I shoot my cameras with the vignette control off. And I mean, at 2.8, there is none. This would actually need to be a radial filter to make it where I want it. But we can see that the tones are nice. The colors are nice. Ooh, this showed me a little bit of a preview of what it'd be like warmed up. Oh, yeah. Be careful with texture on this because it is sharp enough that it would get really crunchy. Wow. Got her eyes good. Probably do the same thing here. That looks fantastic. I'd probably take a brush in there and brighten her eyes. Looks good. Let's cool this one down. There it goes now that it's rendered. Yeah, looks very sharp. Ooh, them highlights on her cheek are really, really harsh. Wicked sharp. This lens does, it does look good. Just whenever when I made the first video, I was thinking it maybe did have more character. It's just, I guess it's kind of more like how you shoot it. It's not obvious, really, I guess, that it's just like oozing character. But sometimes it's just like, ooh, this looks kind of different. And sometimes it's just like, okay, yeah, it's just a shot. I got to edit the shit out of it. All right, now we're going to look at some edited images, and I'm excited for this. I'm going to show you what I was dealing with, but these have already been edited. I've already put in the appropriate amount of time, not this quick flicking around of the sliders, like actual edits. So let's check those out. All right, so these are from Comic-Con. My local Wichita modeling and photography group got together after Comic-Con ICT, which is Wichita Comic-Con. We met outside. Anybody that wanted to, like, you know, have their pictures taken in their cosplays and things like that, they could. And so this is actually a double whammy of a review because all of these were actually taken on the Z5, and these are just a few edits that I selected. So they were done on the Z5 with the 85mm f1.8s, and these are my appropriate edits. That's why none of this looks done, because these are already JPEGs. They've already been saved as JPEGs. And so these are, I mean, wicked sharp. Let's look at the amount of detail. This guy's outfit is fucking awesome, though. I asked him, he said it took him 9 months to build this. I have some other cool images, but I'm not going to put those up right now. This is one of our regular models that comes out. She's awesome. And, I mean, just look how great it looks. My edit looks great. These were rather flat and disgusting whenever I first shot them. You will see. Okay, you will see. I mean, just right on the eye. And, like, you can see the individual like splots of like texture that's in the mask. Wicked sharp. And then this, yeah, I don't like this one. Okay, so first off, this is what I was dealing with, okay? Because it was too windy for my flash. And these, I wasn't setting these scenes up. Somebody else was setting them up. I was just shooting them. And so it's right in the sun. Look how disgusting the color is. Okay, this is a beautiful model with beautiful skin and beautiful hair, and the sun is just ruining this. It's just, I mean, it's very orange and just very unfortunate. You can't even tell that her hair is blonde. But the last couple images I'm going to show you are the edits, and they don't look as good as they could had it been shot in good lighting with my flash. It was way too windy to have my flash. I tried to set it up and it literally tried to carry it away, and so I just shut it down and said we're doing natural light. And so let's check out how these turned out. Yeah, look at it. I mean, offensively sharp. Looks so good. I'm really proud. Like I said, it's not perfect. You have to make some sacrifices when the colors are that screwed up. But yeah, man, it looks good. I'm proud of this edit. And then this is just kind of like another one that I remembered. I really like the tone of this one. Now, this does have a lot of work put into it. This is not indicative of the lens. The sharpness is. And the tone a little bit, but these have all been heavily worked. Based on, I mean, compared to what I had to work with that super orange. But anyway, that is a wrap of my review and the image samples of the Nikkor Z 85mm f1.8s. Of course, let me know in the comments below if you have used it, if you are thinking about getting it, and if you have used it, what'd you think about it? Let's have a conversation in the comment section. I'm ZWade, the ZWade, and ZWade Photo, and I will catch you in the next one.